How do you feel about the fact that Doflamingo was essentially working for Kaido? Does that play a role in this?
To a degree, I could say that they were partners. So you think that every Yonko cares about every territory they have?
Whitebeard, yes. Whitebeard, yes. Another 5 from Rocks the Inferno. Which duo in One Piece is more evil? Kaido and Orochi or Doflamingo and Caesar? More evil. Kaido and Orochi or Caesar and Doflamingo?
Doflamingo and Caesar for me. And I don't think it might be close.
Basically agree with you. Would you like to elaborate?
Caesar was murdering kids.
Kaido had no issue murdering kids, right?
No. See, Kaido was in place and murdering kids through other means like slavery, dads not being at home, lack of food,
casually through slavery,
all those things, right? Like there's a lot of absentee, parents at home, so kids eventually fell to ruin. But Caesar there giving them direct candy and murking them and then getting more kids and then playing them for fools as if he cares about them. And then he just murks them anyway. And then they go crazy. He's literally torturing kids through like manipulation. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do. I agree with you. If you were to list the war crimes,
and that's not even Doflamingo.
Yeah, if you were to list the crimes for both of these men, like all 4 of these men, I think you'd have more of a racket on the Caesar and Doflamingo side.
Doflamingo had a person in his crew who he directed to personally go and make toy slaves. And through that power, the memories of those people to their loved ones would be erased. So they would never knew that they existed. And he did that and laughed. That's more, yo. And the thing is, too, a lot of what Caesar and Doflamingo were doing were in conjunction of each other because Doflamingo was ordering him to do such things. But Orochi would just go out on his own and just throw away smile fruits to Ebisu village because he just felt like they weren't needed anymore. And then the kids would be turned into these laughing fools. Doflamingo was like, yo, we selling humans, we selling fishmen, we selling mermaids, we selling kids. What you want? You into that?
If you need it, I got it.
I got it.
I'm your guy.
I got it.
How do you feel about the fact that Doflamingo was essentially working for Kaido? Does that play a role in this?
To a degree, I could say that they were partners. It is initiated. Kaido's subordinate was Dofi, for sure. But that's only when it came to, like, the smile fruits.
Yeah, there you go. Because it's not like he was like, yeah, Doflamingo, do everything in that to, like, Destro or whatever. It's just like, yo, I just want my fruits.
Yeah, I just want those smile fruits.
By any means necessary. And we was hitting the block. Listen,
Right.
I agree with you. I think there's an argument to be made for Kaido and Orochi as well, personally.
See, to me, is how I see it, but Doflamingo is more evil than both of them. Orochi was mainly doing it for revenge. I don't know if he's going to have this thought towards everybody. And that's the difference between where Doflamingo and Caesar, it's everybody. Kaido, you can kind of think more of everybody, but it's just like he's a warmonger, whatever. I'm just trying for war, whatever. Caesar is sadistic. The main thing with Doflamingo and them too, they found pleasure in this. What he did with King Ruku, controlling him, having slaughtered his entire kingdom, he found pleasure in that.
Put it this way, Orochi was out here sleeping with geisha. Like, he was ordering this to happen. Caesar was probably doing that, not only with, like, the women that would get brought to the island. You get what I'm saying? And not only that, Doflamingo was also doing that to Viola. And guess what? She wouldn't be able to do anything because he could just parasite her. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost the entire underworld was structured under Doflamingo's reign. So whatever was happening, transferring of weapons to countries to overthrow, he was issuing all these things on the low. Kaido is actually just a small puzzle piece of Doflamingo's entire empire.
Small puzzle piece is disrespectful. It's the biggest puzzle piece, though. What?
It's true.
Small puzzle piece is disrespectful to Kaido's empire.
Some of Kaido's empire was influenced by Doflamingo's underground trades, which then directly influenced the power that Kaido actually controlled. So if there were countries that were under his reign, Doflamingo actually owned those countries financially, stabilized countries sometimes for medicine, which then he would probably plant and put into his pockets, which was stealing from Kaido's. I wouldn't be surprised if he was getting heavily tributes for slavery. Sabaody Archipelago, you don't think he's getting a percentage of whatever that heavenly tribute is being cost to them? Because he's doing legit slavery, like offerings.
And to drive it more home, if you really want to think about it, we already know who's the most evil person in the show is. And Doflamingo is just a mini version of that. Doflamingo represented Emo if Emo got stopped before he became king of the world. That's Doflamingo. He said if he had, same thing, because we all know Emo's on position because he got, what we speculate, Law's eternal thing happened to him, that was live forever. Doflamingo legit said word for word, if I had Law's ability and that happened to me, I would have been king of the world. I don't know if he knew if Emo was there or not, but that was his goal. He was trying to become Emo, but just got stopped. So it's just like he's the mini emo, but just got stopped before he became emo. That's Doflamingo.
What's crazy about Dofi too, it's like I could literally say he had 2 Yonkos in his back pocket. Legit, I could say he had 2 Yonkos in his back pocket, and they didn't even realize they was in his pocket. It was Kaido, of course, and the other person was Whitebeard, because Whitebeard was directly getting medicine from his product.
But we don't know if that was benefiting him in any sort of way. He could have just been inducing him with the medicine for money. He could have been poisoning Whitebeard too. I've always assumed that.
It could have also been like, yo, you have a direct contact to me. I have this because I have resources, and you can't survive without this. So if I need to come over here for a little bit, I'll give you your medicine, but I got, you know what I'm saying?
This is Whitebeard, bro. He's not acquiescing to any Doflamingo
If
demands,
Whitebeard wants to
bro.
stay alive, if Whitebeard wants to stay alive, you think Whitebeard ain't willing to bend over backwards a little bit for some territories that he's not naturally in?
No.
So you think that every Yonko cares about every territory they have?
Whitebeard, yes. Whitebeard, yes. The Kaido's big moms, Whitebeard and Shanks care about these territories. They do.
But you're saying he wouldn't be willing to give up one of those territories to Doflamingo because he needs medicine? You don't think so, no. You don't think Pops' crew would tell him like, yo, it's okay, let this one island go?
No. I don't think he would acquiesce
We want you to live?
I don't think he would acquiesce to that. That's not a conqueror. Like, he would be like, nah. Either Doflamingo takes this money and that's it, or I can beat him down if I need to. Like, that's Whitebeard. He's not, well, I guess I gotta give up on that island because Dofi needed for the gang. Like, no, he's not doing that.
But there is logical reasoning, right? Because remember, Roger ended up taking a turn of events because he's a conqueror, right? He could go through anything. He ain't go through Big Mom when he needed the poneglyph.
He would have fought her if need be, though. You know what I'm saying? He went to the island. If it goes left, I gotta fight Big Mom, whatever.
But because he was sick, he ain't need to waste no time.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you low on time and you don't feel like doing the utmost in order to keep your stuff, why not?
Stop it.
Lawrence, am I right?
You're having people act out of character because of their illnesses and things
like that. Is that really out of character?
Whitebeard wouldn't do that.
Whitebeard wasn't giving none of those territories money.
Whitebeard would sell out one of his islands so that he could live longer? That is the opposite of Whitebeard.
Hold on. Do you think he gave any money to his territories?
He gave money to one territory specifically.
And what territory was that?
Hold on.
What territory was that? Sphinx
Island.
Yeah, his home island. Other than that,
everyone else got protection. It wasn't get money. I'm protecting you. I'm using my flag to protect you.
Hold on. So if Doflamingo came out of nowhere and was like, yo, I can offer you world government protection. And not only that, you'll get benefits of medicine and all these other things. You're gonna say to yourself, like, an island wouldn't, like this. The island itself would probably give up his protection.
The island
for the world government.
The island switching up on Whitebeard is one thing. You asked me if Whitebeard would switch up on the island.
It could go either way.
That's a very different conversation.
Because remember, it showed to me like goes more to Whitebeard's character. I agree with Sebastian. Even the part where like when Odin joined the Whitebeard's crew, he considered Odin joining is when he let go save the woman.
You know, y'all never knock Whitebeard, but when he heard Odin died, he ain't swing back on Wano.
That's not his territory. You know what I'm saying? That's not his territory. You know what I'm saying? It's not his territory.
That was his boy, though.
He's never even been inland of the land.
He went to No. Yeah, he did. He went to Ringo.
Whitebeard didn't go inland into Wano.
Yeah, that was the shores that everybody else was landing on. If I'm not mistaken, that was also Wano.
Wano is not Whitebeard's territory. He's never even been inland of the island. He's been on the shore.
He ain't swing back, bro.
Oh my god.
All right, he don't always follow through.
I agree with you on Doflamingo being more evil. You was absolutely wild with the Whitebeard. I will not stand for that. All right.